Many Africans living abroad send money back to relatives in their home countries from time to time. This financial support often serves as a lifeline for loved ones back home. Now, sending money to Africa, while it is important and beneficial, can often be associated with several challenges. These challenges can affect both the senders and the recipients of the remittances. Bonnie Oche is a representative of Baelio Technology, and this fintech company runs the Baelio app, which is a cross-border payment platform. Oche joins me here to talk about these and even more. It's good to have you in the studio.
Oh, thank you for having me, Promise. Pleasure
Absolutely. Now, Baelio, a little research shows that it's a new name within the community, the immigrant community. Tell us a little bit about how you came about, why Nova Scotia, why fintech?
Well, thank you for the question. Well, I live in Nova Scotia, so I mean that answers that question. But how it came about, it's just based on the need for the community, right? But I would first of all introduce Baelio, maybe to your audience. Baelio is a fintech company, as I said, cross-border payments. So basically, we help people, make payments in Canada, like school fees. People want to pay rent for their spouses or all kinds of payments, right? And then we help people, remit funds to their loved ones back home in Nigeria and soon Africa and other countries, right? So we moved millions of dollars. We've been able to move billions of naira so far within a short time in the space, right? We are incorporated in Nova Scotia and incorporated federally. We're registered with FinTrack as well. So it means that, all procedures regarding things like anti-money laundering and all of that stuff are things that we take care of in-house to ensure that all our users are safe. It's a very elegantly designed app that functions very well in terms of supporting our users. So, I would encourage people who have need for payments, especially remitting to their loved ones, if they need it in a timely, done timely, or if they want it one competitive rates,
Right.
They should definitely download the Baelio app. That is definitely available in the Google Play Store, in the Apple iOS store, and all of that,
Right.
And
before we go into those details, you've talked about the bodies that you've registered with, one of which is the FinTrack, and I want to assume that it will be the major regulatory body in the industry.
Correct.
Now, let's get into what would have been your inspiration. Tell us that story. What motivated you to kind of go into this sort of application development?
I mean, I don't have a tech background, but through my journeys, doing one or two business export out of the country, I had a need, to remit my funds back into Canada. So I had to look for someone who needed the opposite of what I wanted, and that created some kind of demand and goodwill. So after I stopped that business, people kept reaching out to me to help them complete transactions. Even when I maybe move from one location to the other, I would even say, I have someone that can do it for you. And no, I don't know that person. I want to deal with you, right? So the idea started coming to my head, like, maybe this is a need that I can, plug that hole to help people within the community and all of that, because I see that people are in WhatsApp groups and all that. People have been, defrauded. You don't know who is on the other side or where the funds, the origin of the funds is. It could, get you in trouble one way or the other. So, you deal with an app like Baelio, you are ensured of that transparency, the security, and that all the, all the compliance is, all taken care of, right?
Yeah. So that's more like giving us some kind of assurance that it's safe to do business with your organization.
Definitely.
But you see, the thing is, like you did mention, the WhatsApp groups and some of these other informal means of exchanging monies. Why is yours going to be different, or how is it going to be different from all these other ones? What does it represent? What does your brand represent ultimately?
Well, I think to keep it very simple, rates, we try to be the best rate, if not the most competitive, right? So we ensure, it's almost like when you go to, maybe Walmart, price matching. If we're not the cheapest, then we'll give you, we'll just match the price of another cheap store. Maybe not a good analogy, but something like that. We try to be the best rate, so the best bang for your buck,
All right.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Then
Gotcha.
speed, we want your recipient, as you're hitting the send button, your recipient is receiving it on the other end, in Nigeria or in Canada, wherever. And then thirdly, customer service. Our customers are very important to us.
Right.
And we've designed the app in such a way that our customers, they hit the button,
Yeah.
they raise a ticket. If it ever comes to that, we don't even want customers to complain. But if your customer complains, we are there to help them along the way. We also have like a tracking, screen that shows you how your money is moving.
Transaction.
Yes, showing
kind of
you how your
details.
money from the point we receive it to the point that we pay out.
Yeah.
So that gives you comfort, and all of that. So you can just drink your coffee or do whatever you need to do, knowing that your money is going to where it's supposed to go to.
Yeah. So before we talk about your projects and innovations, I'm curious to know if anyone is interested, our viewers are interested in probably patronizing your company. What are those basic steps they will probably have to go through to be able to use not just the application, be able to also carry out transactions? What are those simple steps?
It's actually very, very easy.
Okay.
You go on the Play Store or in terms of Apple, and you just type Baelio. It comes out there. You download. Once you download, just a few steps for verification. And then just register. The instructions are there. You can send money to us via Interact to our email address is there, or you could do direct debit transactions. Depends, and that gives you options for payments, right?
Right.
So,
Like I said, some kind of innovations I believe you have in the pipeline on project, if you like.
yeah.
What is that thing you're looking forward to doing in the next couple years?
So I mean, apart from expansion, trying to scale, we also feel like the people who live in diaspora shouldn't only just be remitting money and just be getting the benefit of speed, saving money and all that. We feel like there should be some benefit to our customers here, in terms of, some savings, or in terms of, more value for what they need here. So we're working, behind the scenes to ensure that our users will be able to, benefit from, maybe, for example, in the African stores, cheaper groceries and stuff like that. Those are the things that we are thinking of, and we are trying to perfect, partnering with, other stores and all that stuff.
So I believe that you're not the only one in the industry, as you have rightly mentioned. So tell me, what are those strategies you're putting in place to be able to, compete favorably within the market?
Well, I mean, typically every company will, in order to compete, will want to scale. But I think that while we're scaling, we definitely have to, make sure our customers continue to get the value that they are currently getting. Make sure that we don't, take our eyes off, the quality in terms of our service, speed, saving costs and all of that. But we also feel like, Africans sending money home, they're just sending money home. There's no benefit for them in Canada. So we are working behind the scenes to make sure that our users can have value in Canada, to make their life much more easy, So that's what we are working towards along with scaling. And I feel like once our customer knows that they are in our hearts, and we make sure we're taking care of them, that will endear us to them, and then, the business will continue to flourish.
Yeah. And just before the interview, you had hinted that you have an upcoming event called Tagged Suya Night.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that event and the objective, what you intend to gain at?
Yeah, so, Baelio has been in the market for over a year, but we haven't really reached out to people. We haven't appreciated our, Nova Scotia, users. We haven't done anything, So now that, we've gotten to that point where we feel like we have to, it's like it's been calling. So we want to appreciate our users. They come together. Let's, have food. Let's break bread. Let's learn about Baelio. Let's learn about ourselves. The African community is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Let's, come there and, just network, you know, and
Absolutely.
enjoy ourselves. And you know, definitely there will be suya, which is the tag, you know, and everybody likes suya.
A lot of our viewers probably don't know what that is. Can
Mm.
you explain that a little bit
I,
more?
I feel very sad for who doesn't know what suya is, because suya is one of the most tasty, you know, spiced, grilled, skewered meat, you know, and it's something that is like a staple in, you know, many African homes, especially if you're Nigerian, you know.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's best you come over, because it's the caterer taking care of suya is one of the best in Nova Scotia. So it would be sad for you not to come and partake.
Yeah, and some who probably will be attending that event want to know what to expect other than the suya you talked about and some other delicacies. How does that also tie back to community branding and, you know, some of those things around that?
Well, I mean, it's an opportunity for us to also get to meet our users, and understand their needs. You know, because you know we it's like a feedback mechanism. We grow as we learn, we
Right.
interact, you know, and they tell us, oh, this is our needs, this is how mama wants the money, and all of that. And then you know we can continue to tailor our product, you know, to meet those needs, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like one of the takeaways we will take from the event. But more than that, you know, I met some ladies, and and I invited them to come, and they were very happy because it was an opportunity for them to network, because they're just new students to the
Right.
province, right? So many people will take different things from it, but it's an opportunity for us to all come together, you know, dance. There'll be a DJ there playing, you know,
Right.
Afrobeat music and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
everything is all planned and geared towards, you know, everybody having a good time.
Yeah, you've talked about the expansion plans. You have touched on a little bit on that. So we want to know exactly what it's going to look like. And I believe you're in Nigeria. Are there other places that you're currently getting into?
Definitely, we are soon to roll out, you know, other African countries, West Africa, Francophone Africa, South Africa, and we want to head into, you know, places like India and Bangladesh. But you know, where everything is all in the back end. I mean, you know, coming through the pipe in
Right.
not too distant future.
Yeah, so we want to talk about the future outlook for your organization. Definitely, it's a challenging one because you have so many other interests within that market. So, how do you foresee your company in the next 5 years? What are you looking to do? What are the plans you have for your organization?
Well, I mean, it's a big market, and you see the trends of immigration across the world. People keep moving, business is international, going more international day by day, right? So there's always going to be need for payments platforms like ours. But more importantly, people want to deal with companies that are, you know, fast, secure, and it's gonna that is, you know, gives them the value in terms of savings, in terms of, you know. So that is the area where we want to compete. So as we scale, we want to make sure that with those three core things are areas where we put our eyes on, and to ensure that our customers are getting those value, you know, and making sure that our customer service is top notch.
All right. So, Baelio probably for the past 1 year have gone through some homes and some devices of immigrants here in Nova Scotia. We want to know what has been the success story like and how has it impacted the community, if you like?
Well, it's definitely impacted the community in positive ways. Some You have some people who they've never used the mobile application before. They send money through friends and all of that, but they've always had this anxiety. You know, is it going to get there? How do I trust and all of that? But starting to use Baelio, they have this, you know, level of safety, and because they know that, you know, even when if they were to have any issue, there's somebody to talk to and all of that. The whole thing is designed to make sure that the customer feels safe whenever they send their money home.
Now, really talking about people who are unsure of what you know happens once they click the send button, if their money was going to reach their loved ones at all, what would you be telling them as far as Baelio Technologies is concerned?
Well, I mean, the amount of goodwill we have did not just come, you know, out of nowhere. It's due to our track record of always delivering, right? So, you know, I would encourage them to, you know, go give it a try, go to the App Store, download Baelio, and start enjoying, you know, what others are enjoying.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, but are you looking at for some partnerships of some sort with bigger organizations?
No, not for now, because I mean the way we are going. I like the way we are going. Bringing in a partner can come and change our direction. Different interests and all that. But the way we are focusing on our customers, that's the way we want to go.
Yeah. And you've also talked about legality behind what you do. And you said you have registrations.
Definitely, we're registered with FinTrack, and I mean we are incorporated in Nova Scotia and federally as well. So
so it's very interesting knowing that your company does so much for the community. Now, thank you so much, Mr. Oche, for coming to the show and talking to us about your product. And we wish you the best at what you guys are doing, and hopefully we'll have you again come to the studio to talk to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And that was Bonnie Oche, a representative of Baelio Technologies, whose company has helped many members of the community send money to their loved ones safely. Don't forget to join Bonnie and the Baelio team at the Suya Night event. For more information about this episode and previous editions of Community Update, you can reach us at communityupdateNS@gmail.com. I am Promise Okoy, and I'll see you soon.
Community Update is brought to you with the support of the following organizations, businesses and individuals: Heritage Canada, Canadian Association of Community Television Users and Stations, Cactus, Baelio, M4 Media, Flenjor Foods, Sheyi Ajetamobi, and Shokoto.